This week we've had a lot of little successes. Nothing big, but just kind of enough to make us feel optimistic that things will gradually change over time. The first thing that we've noticed is that he's doing much better with the command shake. He will now let me pick his paw up off the ground. He won't lift it on his own, but he used to plant his feet and lay his ears back if I even touched his paws, so him letting me pick up his paw is definitely a big improvement. One of the biggest issues that we have had last week was trying to get him to come in and go to bed at night. We keep him down in the basement at night, and he would just kind of refuse to go down there without being put on a leash, which was just kind of rough to have to do every night. So we managed to pretty much fix that this week between training him the command go to bed, which I'm doing right here. When his bed is upstairs, it's very easy. He picked it up right away. And then we just have to move the bed downstairs. The other part of that puzzle was that he needed a much higher motivation treat. And so I got him some chicken jerky and some dental chew bones that he really loves. The jerky is his favorite, and I've cut it up into kind of different size pieces depending on how long he's going to be down in the basement. And when it's time to go to bed, I just show him that piece of chicken jerky. And here, actually, when I said go to bed, he went over to the corner where his bed is during the day. But once he realized that I didn't mean go to that place, I meant go to where your bed is, he actually really quickly obeyed and went downstairs. So that was really great. And he's pretty much doing this consistently every time we tell him to at this point. There are still a few times at night where he is really moody and just sits outside and refuses to come inside, like right here, but this is getting more rare, and when this happens, I just kind of have to be patient and wait a few minutes, and then he'll come in and go downstairs on his own. The next thing that's been great is grooming him has gotten much easier. Our trainer made an amazing suggestion that we put some wet food in little pieces on a plate and freeze it, and then put that on the floor for him. So it's a little bit of work for him to kind of both break it off the plate and then kind of melt it enough to eat. So that keeps him completely occupied, and as you can see, he's not even bothering to step away from me while I trim and brush the fur on his back legs. This used to be an area that he wouldn't let me touch at all, and when we first got him, the fur was pretty badly matted back here, but now, as you can see, he'll let me brush it out. He doesn't really like it, but he'll let me if he's motivated by the food enough, so that has been really helpful. Another thing that's been great is that he started eating kibble again. Not super consistently, but enough that I can split his food now between kibble and wet food. So that has been a big bonus as well, because we have all this kibble that, for a while he was just refusing to eat. Another thing that our vet suggested was to get him comfortable with the muzzle. We have to muzzle him when we take him to the vet, or, pretty much anywhere where he's going to be forced to interact with strangers. And he was scared of it at first because he doesn't like the way it feels on his face, and he knows that, when it goes on his face, it has to stay there. But I've been working with him on this command muzzle, which just means put your nose into the muzzle to get the treat. And he's picked it up to the point where he gets excited when he sees the muzzle. So that's a big plus too. He still has been sleeping a lot. I assume this is a side effect of the medication, because he's sleeping just an enormous amount of time every single day. But I hope that next week, when we start taking him out to go on walks again, just in really secluded places with not a lot of people, I hope that will kind of help, and he won't spend as much time sleeping, and we'll be able to get him to have some more exercise, because right now he's not really getting a whole lot. But yeah, overall, he has been, he seems like he's doing really well this week. He seems happy, and I definitely think we're making some progress.